Hey guys, Taylem here and welcome back to my Skyrim modding series. In this video we are going to cover cleaning your Skyrim ESM files as well as optimizing the graphics for the game. So let's go ahead and get started with cleaning those files. Now the first step we're going to do is I need you to navigate to your Skyrim installation directory. Alright, it's right here. Go ahead and jump on into the data folder. And the first thing I need you to do is just make a quick little backup directory, just like I have here. Basically, you just go ahead and right click, go to new folder, and go ahead and give it any name you wish. Backup's probably the best. And once that's done, go ahead and here in the data directory, select the Dawnguard ESM, the Dragonborn ESM, Hearthfire's ESM, and Update ESM. Now once they are all selected, go ahead and right click and go to copy. Do not cut, but copy. That's because we are going to make backups of these four files and drop them right into that folder we made. There we go. Once that's done, you can go ahead and back out to the data folder and leave this open. Just pull it aside because we're going to use that later. Alright, and at this point, go ahead and start up Mod Organizer. Now the reason why we did that is because once we clean these ESMs, we are going to take those clean ESMs, make them into an archive, thus pulling them out of the data folder, and then we are going to put back those unclean ESMs into the data folder. So if you ever verify the install through Steam, those ESMs won't be replaced, and thus your clean ESMs that we are going to then install through Mod Organizer will be just fine. It's just a way to keep your vanilla install stock as Bethesda has it, so there isn't any verification problems down the road. So with that explained, go ahead and start up your test 5 edits right here. Now if you don't have it here, it means you didn't make a shortcut on the toolbar like I showed in the last video. Just select it in the pull down command window. Alright, but once it's open, go ahead and right click and choose select none. That's because when we clean these, we need to do them one at a time and not all together, because that could just create problems. So go ahead and select update ESM only and click OK. And it'll load up, go through all the processes. And there we go. Once it's done, you'll see these 3 files. Ignore these 2. You never, ever, ever, ever touch them for any reason other than just to look at them. So what we're going to do now is select the update ESM, right click, and go to apply filter for cleaning. And it'll go ahead and do its thing. Now the bigger the file, the longer it will take, and the smaller, the shorter it will take. So there you go, some logic. Alright, once it's done, it'll show you process records. Go ahead and right click on it again and go to remove identical to master records. And it'll do a little countdown to make sure you're sure. Click yes. It'll do its thing, and as you see here, removed records 96. Now right click on it again and go to undelete and disable references. Let's go ahead and click on that. And there you go. Process records 1194, undeleted records 3. And that's basically all you have to do. And at this point, you can just click the X to close. Make sure this is checked. This can be unchecked and click OK. And there you go. The update.esm is clean. Now we are going to repeat this process for all the other files as well. So you would go back in the test 5 edits, select none. Next you would select Dawnguard.esm, click OK. It'll do its thing. Now this one's a little bigger than the update, so it might take a little more time. There you go. Then you right click, go to apply filter for cleaning. And there you go, it is done. And you will do the same thing. Remove identical to master records. It'll do its countdown. Click yes. Remove 630 records, and you'll right click again, go to undelete and disable references. It'll do its thing, a wall of spam there, and go ahead and click. Make sure that's checked. That's not checked. Click OK. And that one's done. Or is it? For some weird reason, Dawn Guard has to be cleaned twice. I have no idea why. Someone out there might know the answer to that. I just don't. So just go ahead and clean it twice. And I won't bore you with me doing it again twice, so we'll skip ahead to the next file. Alright, our Dawn Guard ESM is clean, so we're just going to go ahead and do Hearthfires and Dragonborn. Get those two out of the way. Alright guys, once you have all the files cleaned, we are going to run loot real quick, just so we can double check that all 4 of those have been cleaned properly. So just go ahead and start loot up. And go ahead and just click on sort plugins. Alright, as you can see here, they are completely clean. If you recall the last time we ran loot, these had yellow bars that say, hey, these have some dirty edits in them. They are now gone. So you can just go ahead and apply or don't apply, it really doesn't matter. And go ahead and close loot. And our ESM files are now completely 100% clean. Now real quick, you may notice this little, hey, there's something wrong button. That's because in our override folder, Test5 Edit has put a backup directory. This is just a product of running Test5 Edit, so you can just go ahead and delete that. Just right click, go to delete, and done. There you go, it's out of the way. Alright, so what we need to do now is close Mod Organizer and reopen your Windows Explorer. Okay, so what we're going to do now at this point is we are going to select our 4 completely clean ESM files, right click on them and go to add to archive. Now you don't even need to compress them. We just need to store them. And let's go ahead and make it a zip file. It really doesn't matter. Let's name this clean, or actually better, Skyrim cleaned ESM files .zip. You can name it whatever heck that you want as long as you know what it is, and just click on OK. It'll do its thing, and there you go, has a zip file. Now let's go ahead and just cut that out of there and place it on your desktop. Boop. So now we're going to go back to our backups folder, select our backups, cut them out because you don't need them there no more, and paste them in. Replace the files in the destination. And there you go. The old files are back in place. The Steam verification shouldn't find a problem with them. So at this point, you can just go ahead and close this. And now this is our archive of the clean ESM files. So what we're going to do now is jump back to Mod Organizer. Alright, and go ahead and go to install a new mod from an archive. Just click on that little sucker. Navigate to your desktop. Select Skyrim cleaned ESM files. Click open. I scroll down to get the entire name. If you want, you can go to manual so you can make sure everything's in order. It looks good, so it's going to know where to place these. Click on OK. Yep, do the little tutorial thing. Yes, yes, yes. It looks good. Stop it. Okay, there we go. And click on OK. And there you go. It is now set up, but it's not activated. To activate it, we're going to need to check the box. And there you go. When it has this little lightning bolt with a plus, that means it's overriding files in the main vanilla install. If you click on that and go to conflicts, it'll tell you what it's overriding. So there you go. That way you know that these cleaned ESMs are now overriding the dirty ones. So when you launch the game, it will use the clean ESMs. Just for giggles and cleanup sake, you can go ahead and go to there is no Nexus info for it, so on version, you can just go ahead and just put it version 1 just to make this shorter and cleaned. As far as the mod ID, put it at -1. That way, this setup here knows that it's a mod that isn't on the Nexus, so you shouldn't have any problems. And just click close, and there you go. It's all spruced up, nice and set up. Now, if you run loot again, we'll run it twice so you can see the difference. Let it sort the plugins and do its little scan. As you can see, everything still looks clean. No, we don't need to apply it. Now, if we uncheck this and go run loot again, as you can see, boom. It's like, oh my god, stuff here is dirty. Let's go ahead and sort it to be sure. Yep. See, it's doing all this dirtiness again. So just cancel, close that, and recheck this. Check it. Come on. There we go. And we are good to go. Alright guys, we have now cleaned our main Skyrim ESM files. As you can see, it's quick and easy. There's a few steps, but it'll make your game run much smoother and avoid any potential problems with the dirty edits in the stock ESM files. I will also provide a link below to Gopher's explanation of this. He is much more eloquent at it, so if I confused you at all, just watch his video and you should get the gist of it completely. Alright guys, now we move on to optimizing the graphics of Skyrim. Alright guys, let's jump right into optimizing the textures for Skyrim. Now the logical amongst you are probably thinking, didn't Bethesda already do that? Well my friends, no, they did not. They didn't do it at all. The textures are filled with redundancies. You know, the scale correction is wrong, hence making the bitmaps look terrible. And the compression formats of many different textures are just garbage. So we are going to fix that. Now the optimization process normally takes a considerable amount of time, but thanks to the hard work of not only the people that wrote the texture optimization guide, but of a Nexus user by the name of Tony971, the process for us is going to be very easy. So what you're going to do is you're going to navigate over to the Nexus and go to Tony971's Optimize the Vanilla Textures page. You can see the link up here at the top, or you can just click it in the description below. But make sure that after you download this file that you return, toss your endorsement, and maybe make a post thanking Tony for his efforts. And you can even go a step further, jump over to the S.T.E.P team's optimization guide, and give them praise and thanks for saving you many hours of your life. Alright guys, so the first thing I need you to do is go over to the Files tab. Just go ahead and click it. And there are two different ones that we are going to download, and be warned, they are going to take some time. We are going to download this top one here, part 1 of 2, the high definition base game textures for everyone. And then we are going to download this one down here, the high definition DLC for mod organizer users. Now notice this one you have to download manually. Don't worry. It's still easy to get it installed, so don't sweat bullets. So the first thing you're going to do is you can go ahead and download manually this one if you want, or you can just click on download with manager and it should automatically open your mod organizer. Let's go over here to downloads and you can see it in progress. So we're going to go ahead and just let it download, and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, as we can see, the download is finished, so go ahead and give it a click. Let it do its thing. It's going to extract here. Alright, once it's done, it's going to pop up here. Make sure that you have Mod Organizer checked. That's all you need. And go ahead and click on Install. It's going to extract some files here. Alright, if you get this Extract BSA prompt here, go ahead and click Remember Selection. This mod contains at least one BSA. Do you want to unpack it? Yes, you want them unpacked. Just go ahead and click yes. It'll go ahead and do its thing again. Alright guys, and we're done with the installation of the optimized vanilla textures. But remember, we still have part 2 to install. So once you guys have downloaded it and it's ready to go, it'll be in your downloads folder. What you're going to do is you're going to go up here to this little disk and click on it. And you are going to navigate to your downloads folder. Now when you get there, you're going to notice a single zip file that will need extracted. You're like, oh. So what you're going to do is just go ahead and extract it here. Let it beef it out. And there you go. We got our DLCs for Dawnguard, Dawnguard. What is this? Attack of the Veggies? Dawnguard, Hearthfires, and Dragonborn. So let's go ahead and install them in order of release. So go ahead and select Dawnguard, select Open, and it'll extract it. Just click on Install. Once it's done, you're going to repeat the process for Hearthfires and Dragonborn. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright guys, once you have everything installed, your list should look just like mine. It should be in the same order: Vanilla, Dawnguard, Hearthfires, and Dragonborn. Now if you go ahead and click into the vanilla textures, I'm going to go ahead and show you what it should look like. Go to File Tree, and as you see right here, Textures, it has everything listed. It should look exactly like this. Now go ahead and check the little box next to them. Boom, boom. Now you're going to get these little overrides here. If we click on it, go to Conflicts, it'll show you what it's conflicting with. As you see here, Unmanaged Dawnguard, this is the raw vanilla game files that it is overriding. And just like that, my friends, you have the optimized vanilla and DLC textures ready to go. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and delete those large downloaded files in case you want to save room. You can just right click here, go to delete. Or if you want to save it in case something goes wrong and you need to reinstall it and you don't want to download it again, you can just click on remove from view and it will remove the file from your downloads list, only appearing if you click on the show hidden box down here. But for me, I don't really need it. Want to save some space, so I'm just going to delete it. And you can go ahead and delete part 2 from your downloaded folder as well. Alright guys, that's it for the optimizing of Skyrim's textures. Now, there is one more thing that I want to cover before we wrap this video up. If you run an SSD, more than likely space for you is precious. Now, what you can do, if you go over to the Archives tab here, give it a click, you will notice the high-res texture pack 1, 2, and 3. These are the stock vanilla game BSA archives for high-res DLC that we no longer need because we installed the optimized textures here. So what you can do is just uncheck them like I have here, navigate to your Skyrim install folder, go to data, and you can go ahead and delete those 3 BSAs along with the ESPs if you haven't already, as I displayed in an earlier video. So you can just go ahead and do that. It'll free up some space because you don't really need it. If you ever need to get those again, you just verify cache through Steam and bam, there you go. Alright guys, the next video we are going to cover the E&B graphic overlay and also the optimization and setup of various INI files from SKSE to the stock Skyrim and Skyrim Pref INIs. Please join me for that video. This is Taylem, and I'll see you later.